If you want to see what's in that box that Steve Gorita from Rigado is showing right now, you have to tune into that new episode of the IoT show and see how Rigado Presto Kit integrates with Azure IoT Central. Hey everyone, you're watching the IoT show. I'm Olivier, your host. Today we're going to build a smart spaces solution, and we're going to do that with Steve Gorita from Rigado. Rigado is a company which is one of our partners and does some fantastic solutions around connecting IoT devices to Azure. Steve, welcome to the show today. How are you?
I'm great, Olivier. Thanks for having me.
So tell a bit our audience. So who are you? Who is Rigado? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so I run product management and marketing at Rigado. We focus on smart spaces in the IoT world. We provide Bluetooth gateways and sensor devices that deliver infrastructure for the smart enterprise, smart buildings, retail, logistics, and we do that in a way that allows solution providers to come in and create value-added capabilities on top of our technology.
Awesome. Is it fair to say that you guys are specialized in the devices infrastructure part of the story?
Yeah, we definitely provide devices as well as connectivity and what we refer to as data pipelines between those devices and the cloud, so that somebody can deploy a different assortment of devices, different endpoints, but have them bring data in a consistent way into the cloud so that they can build applications around them for their customers.
Cool. So I think you came with some slides to dive a bit deeper into, Rigado and what you're doing, and into that kit, which is a development kit that you created around Bluetooth technology for connecting these devices, a gateway, and its integration with the Azure IoT tools.
Yeah, we're really excited to talk about what we're calling the Presto Kit. We've just launched it. It's a unique solution in partnership with Microsoft Azure IoT that can really help solution providers accelerate the motion towards a scalable, secure IoT project. And so that's what we're going to show today.
Awesome. Let's dive into a couple slides, and then there's going to be a nice demo.
Okay, so one of the spaces that are really interesting right now are smart buildings. Obviously, there's a lot going on with COVID-19 and the desire to create smarter, safer workspaces, as well as just in general to optimize all types of commercial areas. And so Rigado has developed a combination of sensors and gateways that can create those data pipelines into the cloud for solution providers to develop applications with. And so we provide not only that data connectivity, but you see that Rigado Edge as a service, which really orchestrates the solution end-to-end and then ties into the Azure IoT cloud. And that's what we're going to be showing today. Now, to facilitate that, we've created the Presto Kit. It is a all-in-one proof of concept box that will allow you to, within minutes of opening it and plugging it in, start to collect data from a variety of different sensor devices into dashboards, alerts, and actually exporting that data into other applications. And that's what we're going to demonstrate today. And it's something that is already pre-configured so that it is truly plug and play. There's no coding required. All you really need is an Azure IoT subscription, and you're off and running.
Awesome. And I can hear your LTE service, meaning that the gateway itself connects to the internet without the need for a local plug or something, right?
Yeah, that's right. You can use Ethernet if you want to, but if all you have is a power source and you plug in our gateway, it'll actually come online and do everything you want with LTE, which we include in the Presto Kit.
Awesome. So I guess you're going to show us some of that setup, and because we are all claiming, hey, it's codeless and super easy. So I think the challenge is to show that to our viewers in real time and show them what the experience will be from unboxing to having a solution running on Azure.
Yeah, that was the work that we put into this to make that happen, and we're going to show that really as described here. We've made it plug and play. We've created an onboarding wizard, and we actually also created some recipes that are available online out of the box, so that you can take the Presto Kit without writing any kind of code or understanding JSON or anything like that. People like you and me can plug it in with a few clicks. We're going to be on board making an application.
Yeah. So one thing before jumping to the demo, I wanted to discuss real quick with you. We're talking about things that may sound for lots like maker type of thing. Hey, I'm going to put that in my house, and now I can have motion sensing and so on. But in reality, what you are developing and providing as a solution, including that kit, is like industrial grade equipment. It's things that are ready for production. The gateway is ready for production. And then the what we connect into in Azure IoT Central and so on, everything is ready for business. It's not just for fun or just for makers or for your home automation system at home as a hobbyist. It's really for enterprises to get into the smart spaces business.
Oh, absolutely. What we created in the kit was we took devices that we've deployed, thousands, tens of thousands of times, and sensors that are deployed all over the world, and we actually built the kit around those. So these are already deployed in large-scale environments. What we wanted to do was synthesize that into something that someone who's creating a new offering, a new solution, could go and create a proof of concept or a pilot first before they go and try to replicate that to thousands of different sites. But yes, it's definitely all production devices, and what we see this as a template for somebody to start with, and then they can go and scale that up as they desire.
Makes sense. Let's talk a bit about how it works and what we have in that kit and how we're going to connect that to Azure and integrate that.
Sure. So the kit comes with sensors and a gateway, and the devices themselves are all battery operated. They're peel and stick, and the gateway comes and basically gets online as soon as you plug it in. And then it ties into Azure IoT Central with some template applications that we've created and device templates that make it truly plug and play. And then that's how you get to see the data and create dashboards and alerts in the cloud. And then we do some orchestration in the background to make sure that the device is securely attached to your Azure IoT Central account, and that everything is working as it should from the moment we send the kit out to the moment that you plug it in and turn it on.
Okay, so I guess we need to jump into the demo now, right?
So before I jump in the demo, I want to actually show the physical kit and what we have in it. So when you get the Presto Kit, you'll get this nice box, and as soon as you open it, you're going to see not only a very simple quick start guide with some instructions on what to do, but the gateway that we include, which has that LTE service you mentioned, so you can just plug it in and it'll work. And then you're going to get some sensors as well. We included 2 of each type of sensor, 2 temperature sensors, 2 occupancy and motion detection sensors, 2 multi-purpose push button sensors, and then 2 asset tags that have accelerometers baked into them. So you get a variety of sensors that you can combine into interesting applications. And they're all battery operated peel and stick, so no connectivity required. They're all Bluetooth low energy, so they're just going to talk to the gateway as soon as they come online.
Okay, how long should people expect these devices to run on batteries?
Well, typically, it depends on how you set them up. Typically, it's 2 to 3 years, sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on how frequently you're pulling them and using them. And most of them are replaceable batteries if you need to replace the battery. But you can get quite a long range and battery life from Bluetooth low energy.
I think it kind of answers one of the questions I had, because like some people just react as in, hey, smart buildings means Wi-Fi, and I'm going to use Wi-Fi. And now you're just answering a question, which is on Wi-Fi, battery-run devices, battery-powered devices would not last 2 to 3 years with Wi-Fi. So that totally explains why using Bluetooth or very low consumption type of technologies for communicating between device and a gateway.
Yeah, and they're very small devices, these asset tags. You can use a lot of them. So if you have a lot of things that you want to track, you can basically place them all over an environment. And they're super low cost and very reliable BLE devices.
Cool. Okay, so you have your kit, you unbox that. What's next?
Okay, so I unbox it, and let's say I plug in my LTE enabled. You can see the antennas there, gateway. It's very small, as you can see. It fits in my hand, and the only thing I have running on this is power. And you can see it's got that solid green light, which means it's online. And really, to kick the process off, we send an email with a wizard. And it's as simple as saying, hey, welcome to the Presto Kit. Let's get going. So we click to begin setup. And that email is tailored to that person. So it knows which kit you got and allows you to go through and run through this quick wizard. And really, the first step we're going to do is create that IoT Central application. We check to make sure the gateway is online. Obviously, it is. And we've created an IoT Central application template, which is really important because it makes this go really easy. You can bring your own template if you want, if you're advanced, but generally people are just going to say, yeah, I want to use the Rigado template application because it's going to make it go faster. And now we're going to send you into Azure IoT Central.
Okay.
And you'll see how quickly you can create an application. It's going to prompt me now. You can see in the window I'm in Azure land. I'm going to go for the free trial on this one. Fill out some information. I'll put in a phone number. And we can even name our app.
But that's exactly the same. That's the IoT Central experience, right?
Yeah, this is vanilla IoT Central. I'm creating my application, and it's going to provision.
So when I'm a customer there, we're talking about the LTE plan. So the LTE plan and the IoT Central billing will be two separate things, right?
Two separate things. Yep. The customer gets LTE service from Rigado when they buy the kit. IoT Central is something they get from Azure. We don't give them an Azure subscription. They bring their own.
Okay, cool.
So our application has been created. It's live. And we say, welcome to the Rigado Presto Kit. Now, there's one more step we have to do, which is we have to tell my gateway here which application just got started. And so we're going to do that with a step here, which actually will prompt us for 3 pieces of information. And if you've used IoT Central, it's probably familiar to you. We provide some information and some screenshots on where to go get it. It says, go back to your application and help us get that. So I simply go into my device connection. I need my ID scope. There's a nice little gem here. I just click to copy it and paste it. And then I need to do the same for these 2 things called SAS keys. Again, very simple because IoT Central gives you a little copy button there. You paste that one. And I paste the other one. And I'm going to click next. And it's going to activate. And you can see we have success. Within a few seconds, our device is online. Now, we're going to go back to our IoT Central application and see if we have any devices. Now, because I'm in my home office environment here and I've already got some peel and stick sensors I've brought online, you can start to see they're already appearing. This is the app we just created. And if I refresh this, you already see one of my occupancy sensors has come online. My menu E8 asset tag has come online. So already, within just a few seconds, devices are starting to connect to the gateway and flow into the cloud. And in the next couple of minutes, I'll have a few more come online. You see another one just showed up, my Hobo MX100. That's my temperature sensor here. So it's really as simple as taking the sensors that came in the kit. Typically, you're pulling the tab or you're pushing the button, and they're online immediately. And now we can get to the fun part, which is building dashboards and looking at things like the temperature.
Nice. What's amazing is, well, first the template itself allowed you to create an app really rapidly. specifically for your equipment, for the Rigado hardware. But then there's another magic piece in there, which is the plug and play aspect of things. Because within IT Central, when a new device connects, you need to understand what kind of data will flow in. And interestingly, you have this device template column in the list of devices that shows a specific type. And thanks to PNP, you're populating that application automatically, device provisions automatically, and then populates the dashboarding and the UI automatically based on these templates.
Yeah, so that's the nice thing about having the pre-configured app is everything will just show up there. You can see literally this was created a couple of minutes ago when we did this demo. And now one by one, any device that's near the gateway is going to beacon in and start reporting what we call its telemetry. And then we can go and start building a dashboard out of it.
It's pretty impressive.
So should we look at some dashboards?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Let's go and see what's going on there.
Okay, so we can actually go in, and I have a couple already made, but why don't we just show how easy it is to make one with one of these pieces of data. We can get rid of our little help widgets and create a new one. So I'm going to take one of our, why don't we take one of our occupancy sensors. I'll just grab one of them. And we're going to look at occupancy state. And I'm going to look at the last known value of that. And once I push that.
And this is the codeless part of things, right?
Yeah, and you can see my occupancy sensor, which I have sitting right here, says it's occupied. It's true.
Because you are in that room.
Yeah, I'm in that room. I really didn't have to do anything but plug in the gateway and pull the tab on the sensor, and now I've got a very simple thing that says true. Now, that in itself is not the most exciting application, but you can see the kind of real-time nature of the data. And the cool thing here is that you can then jumpstart into building other real market specific applications. I wanted to just show one that I built and that we have available on our knowledge base. Here's a dashboard with the motion sensor and temperature and button press counter. But we also created one for workplaces, safe workplaces, where you take that true false and then you blow it out into a chart showing occupancy over time, heat maps. And we've got these recipes using the sensors that come in the kit to go and make these types of dashboards, which really illustrate how you might deploy something like this.
I love that. And so I do see IT Central in that case very much being the OT side of things, right? You're connecting to the devices, you manage the security of that connection, and then the ingestion of all the data from devices. You have a level of visibility on, the history and so on, but what you want to do from there is integrate into your business application. This is where, the extensibility features of IT Central are great. You can create rules in IT Central and then trigger actions or workflows. You can also export all the data from IT Central to create data sets that are going to be consumed by different people in your business, in different organizations there. So yeah, really like having Rigado providing all that infrastructure for the hardware, integrating into IT Central makes it like seamless.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to the simplicity of it all, you can get these types of basic dashboards up and going quickly. It's not much harder to create these data exports where you can, send out the telemetry and to a Power BI or export to a data lake if you want to do continuous data export. So that's really taking this to the next level. You get it started by making it really easy to get the device data coming into the cloud, and then you can go and create that data export into more sophisticated applications and different types of visibility.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think, Steve, that's really a nice highlight of how Rigado and Microsoft are working together to make that IoT experience seamless. I love that we can actually show things when we claim everything is codeless and you can do all of that. You just demoed that in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, that's really what we wanted to do with this was give people a way to, regardless of where they are. Obviously, there's limits to what people can do now in certain workspaces, but really give people a way that they could get on board quickly. They could demonstrate the value that IoT can bring to smart spaces. get into IoT Central, which is a tool that offers a lot of different capabilities, and get on board quickly without having to invest a ton of time learning about the data formats and even the technology like Bluetooth. They just want to see something working and be able to go and demonstrate that to their customer quickly, and that's what we've done here.
I love that. Well, Steve, there was a great demo of that integration. Is Rigado Presto Kit available today?
Yep, it's available today, and there's plenty of information on our website. If you want to go check it out, you can actually order one online, and it gets there in a day or two. So really, it is about speed, and we give all sorts of details about the sensors, the different types of sensors. And then, as I mentioned, we have a nice knowledge base where you can walk through that example of how to create that, for instance, the Safe Workplaces demo that I just did. So it's really everything you need to get going. You can find that on our website.
Love that. Thanks, Steven. So to get to the website, don't try and search for that website link here. Here's a short link for you, aka.ms/IoT show/Rigado Presto Kit in one word. Well, Steve, thanks a lot for that brilliant demo of how easy you can integrate Rigado Presto Kit and Rigado technology with Azure IoT Central and create your own smart place. Steve, hope to see you soon on the show.
Thanks, Olivier. It was a pleasure.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon on another episode of the IoT Show. Bye.